Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I am the Pink Flamingo, and I want to say if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a new subscriber or a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So we're going to be getting into another royal reading. Now, we just did Beatrice, and we know Beatrice and Catherine did not get along, and the whole energy around that was just wrong. So I decided, let's do a reading on someone that is rumored to have a close relationship with Catherine, which is Princess Anne's daughter, Zara Tindall. Now, Zara seems to be very much so on that low profile. She seems to kind of step back from the royal family a bit, and they seem to have their own lives. I would say more so based on what I've read and what I've seen, it seems like Princess Anne gave her children a very well-rounded life outside of the royal walls, so to speak. So I can see where Catherine, Princess Catherine, and Zara might find common ground, where they might be able to get along somewhat and find things in common. After all, Catherine is not from what they consider high society. And if Zara somewhat grew up more on the humble side, then it would be an easier mesh because they both don't have that ego, which would clearly make them better matched as friends. So they do have a lot of wonderful photos of Zara and Catherine. So I figured, why not go into a reading and see what it is that Zara knows about her friend? When's the last time she's had contact with her friend? Because, of course, we are going on, what is it now? Over 150 days, if I'm correct. Some people are saying it's much longer, but we'll stay at the 150-day mark kind of thing. And we haven't seen Catherine. Nobody has any idea where this woman is. I'm actually going to share a photo with you all that's been circulating on the net. Now, I'm not sure what's the details on this particular photo or even where this photo even came from, but I know there's a lot of people on the net basically saying that this is a photo that was released by the royals, and they're stating that this is Princess Catherine. Now, I've taken a look at the photo, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is Catherine, but I'm kind of not seeing Catherine, and I don't know why. Something about the eyes look a little bit different to me. But maybe because you haven't seen someone in a while, maybe you just start forgetting what they look like. Could be. This could be an authentic photo, but I got to doubt myself only because with the AI situation, I feel like I was somewhat fooled until I got into the cards, and then I seen it was AI that was coming through energy-wise. But I'll say this. What do you guys think? Is this photo Catherine? Do you recognize the woman on this photo? And if you guys have any details or any information about this particular photo and why it was released and why it's circulating on the net, let me know. I'm very interested. So back to our original topic, which is Zara Tindall. Now we're going to go right into the cards. And I'm going to see what Zara knows about Catherine, how she feels about the situation. So the first question I'm going to ask is, I'm sure everyone in this royal family is aware of their marriage. So I'm going to see what I can get out of my decks in terms of this relationship. And let me see here. What it is that Zara kind of knew about this particular relationship. Let me see. Well, I'm looking for my other deck, but this will do. Okay, what else does Zara know about this particular relationship? What does she know about William and Catherine's relationship, Spirit? You've given me one card already. What did she know about Catherine's marriage? What else? I'll take another card or a couple other cards. Oh, wow. Okay. Cards are flying. Excusez-moi. Okay, so this is the card that flew. All right, one last card, Spirit, for this situation. For Princess Catherine's relationship. What did Zara know about her marriage? All right. Thank you. That was pretty much enough. And I want to get a couple other cards and details here. What else did she tell you about this marriage, Zara? What did Zara know? Energy-wise, what did Zara know about Princess Catherine's marriage? What did Catherine ever tell her about this? They seem to have been good friends. Did she have any complaints? Anything she shared with her? Princess Catherine. Princess Catherine's marriage. Anything else, Spirit? Any other cards for this? Prince William and Catherine's marriage. All right, couple more cards and we'll get through the cards. Princess Catherine's marriage to Prince William. What did Zara hear? Okay. So here's what I got. I got the running card. So Zara must have somehow, I guess, had a conversation at Catherine at some point, and Catherine must have told her how she was feeling. Maybe she felt like she could actually open up to Zara because Zara is not so much in the royal family. Because out of all the people that I've read and I've asked, what do they know about this marriage? Everyone's description is more so like affair and all these things, where I'm getting the running card for Zara's energy, as if Zara was more so aware of what it was that Catherine wanted to achieve. Because we're getting the ghosting, the disappearing, and the invisible. So at some point, Catherine may have said to Zara, Zara, I really feel like running. I don't feel like being a part of this anymore. I got the boundaries card, where you can see the words are no, drawing the line, enough. So she must have told Zara, listen, Zara, I can't handle this. Enough is enough. I've had enough of Prince William or William. I need to go. I need to leave. This is just not for me. Maybe I'm stressed out. Enough is enough. This final thing that he's done, or what the last thing that I've seen him do, I got to draw the line. I got to put my boundaries up. This last thing brought me to my breaking point, whatever that was. I got the card of pain, which is what you all seen kind of fly out. The apprehensive, the afraid, the cautious. So with the pain card, what I'm getting is she was in pain. But the words that also stand out is the afraid and cautious. So she must have told Zara a little more than normal. And I could kind of see where that bond would occur by telling Princess Anne's daughter, only because Zara seems to be one of those royals that are really not into the royal stuff. You know, her family seems to be a little different and her husband's different. They were saying that Zara literally was on the plane flying back coach a couple months ago. She was literally sitting with what they call the commoners, you know? So maybe she felt open enough to really show Zara that side of herself, because I haven't got any cards like this from anyone else's energy. I'm getting it from Zara's energy. So I'm kind of happy that I decided to read her. So she must have known Catherine was afraid about running away. She also told Catherine also told her about William, his chasing of his thrills, the excitement, and him having a good time. And I got the pain card if I did not show you all that. And the ecstasy. Chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. So Zara is well aware of what it is that William does, and I'm sure it's not surprising because all the men are this way. And her uncle, that she apparently seems to love a lot, because there's a lot of good photos with her and King Charles. I think she knows it's pretty much, it runs in the family, that they're all like this. All the royal men are like this. So I'm sure when Catherine was complaining, it wasn't a shock. I think she's aware of it, and she knew that this was what caused the breakdown of that marriage. So just to go through the cards quickly, the running, her wanting to take off, get out of there. I don't want to be a part of this. I'm ready to disappear, be invisible to the royals. Whatever William did, this was my last straw. I'm putting up my boundaries. Enough is enough. I'm drawing the line. No more is what I'm getting energy-wise from this card. This is painful. This is painful, but I'm a bit apprehensive. I'm afraid, and I have to be cautious with how I go about doing this. And last card, ecstasy. That man is not going to change. There's nothing I can do to change him. He's forever going to chase thrills, excitement, and just have a good time. This is who he is. I don't really want to put up with this anymore. Now, the thrills, like we talked about, could be just a little bit more than him being outside with women, as we are hearing about all these odd parties that the royals have. You know, and we don't know the complete details, but we have celebrities coming out and talking about these royal parties. So here's what I got from the first card that was given through Zara's energy. Stirs the pot, allows the opinion of others to dictate how they feel, what they want to do, dependent on others, needs outside gratification and approval. Now, the energy I'm picking up on this is definitely William. Now, as we can see what's going on in the media with Camilla, Camilla seems to be very invested in William's love life. She seems to want to pull the strings on things like she's a puppet. And she likes to control everything. Everything. And parts of me feel that some of this is going on with Catherine, and the breakdown of her marriage has a lot to do with Camilla. Because Spirit is saying, stirs the pot, allows the opinions of others to dictate how they feel and what they do. They need outside gratification. So what I'm picking up from this card, and I know this is not crazy to probably put it into this kind of aspect of this situation and how it would actually work. What I'm picking up, guys, is William has a little bit of mommy issues. Now, this is odd, but I'm going to get into it. I usually don't get energy like this that just comes through like a burst, but I just have to let it all out. He got a bit of mommy issues, and now I'm understanding what the kink is in the bedroom. The man kind of likes aggressive women. It stems from a mommy issue. He likes a woman that can tell him what to do. And it's kind of crazy to say this, but a lot of men that sometimes don't have a mom, or their mom left at a young age, when they start to grow up, if they grow up in really weird and odd environments, like William probably grew up in, some of this stuff turns into kink behavior because it's not addressed with therapy. Now, don't get me wrong, men like what they like, it is what it is, but this kind of stems from that mommy thing. It's almost like I never had a mommy, so I want a mommy. So maybe, and I kind of pick up the energy that Rose Hanbury is a little bit on the kink side. Like what William might be into with women is more like, Now, I don't know, girl, why I got this energy, honey, but it all came rushing. So all I can say is cuffs and all that odd stuff is his thing. Like the 50 Shades of Grey is really his thing. It's coming through just from me pulling this one card. And with Camilla, the energy he gives her is, I want her approval. So it's almost like he uses Camilla as a place to fill the void of his mother, which is really horrible. But it's like, I do things for her approval because I never had a mom that gave me approval. So I replaced my mother with Camilla. Now, I heard the odd story that they were fighting against their father to make her mommy. I don't know if it was Harry that was really fighting it. But the way William has bonded with Camilla, it makes me feel like Harry was the one arguing about making her the wife. I don't really know if William was fighting that much, given the fact that we're watching William right now try to trade women in. Now, I went on a little bit off, but I had to get into what it was that I was feeling. But I got stirs the pot. So he does this for women's approval. That's crazy that I picked up that 50 Shades of Grey energy like that. Okay. Attention seeker. Seeks too much attention from partner or others. Pushes their needs to be met while ignoring others, forgetting important dates. So I'll just read that again. The attention seeker, seeking too much attention from partner or others, pushes their needs to be met while ignoring others, forgets important dates. So basically, from these two cards, what I got was Catherine was complaining a bit of William just basically seeking attention. William also probably telling everything to Camilla. That might have been a problem in the relationship. He was somewhat seeking approval from Camilla instead of seeking approval from his wife, if that makes sense. It's almost like when you have a husband and you and your husband have issues, but you don't talk it out. He runs to his mother to tell his mother his issues before he tells you. So that's some of the stuff she was complaining about. That's very odd. I picked that up. Okay. Tea time. Listens to the gossip of their partner by others, making assumptions based on gossip, judges, partner of supposedly past indiscretion. And I'll repeat that. Tea time. Listens to the gossip of their partner by others, making assumptions based on gossip, judge's partner of supposedly past indiscretion. So this is a major card, the tea time. Because, you know, a lot of people were trying to judge Catherine for her past and being young and being college. And there was a lot of recent reports that were coming out about Catherine doing so much to get William's attention. And I don't know if I agree with that. I do believe Carol wanted her to marry rich, but I don't think Catherine was doing anything out of the ordinary to somewhat land a man. And I don't know if I've been showing you guys these cards that stir the pot. That's attention seeker. And this is the tea time. Sorry, flip that. So back to what I was saying. There's been a lot of articles that have been coming out talking about Catherine basically seeking or doing all this stuff to get William's attention, which I don't think she was doing. I think she was just being a regular girl and trying to get his attention, just like most women would do if they're trying to get with a guy. But it seems like William now is using the media to somewhat tarnish Catherine's reputation. And I noticed that the story of her past is somewhat coming up. So I wonder if in their marriage, this was something he used. Like he would throw things of the past in her face, like guys she possibly dated, maybe who she's been intimate with, as a way to somewhat degrade her as a woman. And Spirit is also saying that he likes to listen to the gossip of other people about his wife. Instead of having a mind for himself and saying, no, that's not true, I know my wife, he'd actually indulge or somewhat listen to what it was that people had to say about his wife. So this was a complaint that she was telling Zara. I got high end, affluent family, connected, treats others as less than. Wow. Snobbish attitude, only dates or engages with people inside of circle. Let me read that again. High end, affluent family, connected, treats others as less than, snobbish attitude, only dates or engages with people inside of circle. So as you can see here, this represents William. So a lot of people are saying, you know, Rose comes from a particular family. She's more on his level. You know, her family's actually more influential than the royal family. Like, I don't know. People are just saying a bunch of things on the internet. People are saying she got connections in Asia and all these different places, which I'm not going to debate about it because I haven't read about Rose. But if this is what Rose is about, then this makes sense as to what Catherine is saying, that William, coming from an affluent family, as you all can see here, affluent family, well-connected, but he treats others as less than. These cards really apply that are coming out of the deck. So she felt like she was treated like a commoner by her own husband. He only wants to date and talk to people that are within his circle, within his status. That's basically what Spirit is giving me about William. So basically what I can say about these cards that I pull, with the stir of the pot, the energy came over me. William got a little bit of a kink issue, honey. You know, there's other stuff that we talked about, you know, the batting and the right and the left. But there's another part of this that's that 50 Shades of Grey that's coming through energy-wise to me. He got a little bit of mommy issues that were not rectified. He sees women very much so, energy-wise, that I'm picking up, is he sees women as recyclable goods. He sees us as one can come in and one can go out. I can recycle them. So he doesn't have a large respect for women. But in the bedroom, what I'm picking up, allegedly, spiritually, he got a little bit of thing for the women being a bit aggressive. And he very much so seeks the approval of particular women that kind of sit in that mommy energy. So if something happens to Charles, don't be surprised if Camilla somehow sticks around and she sits there as mommy dearest for the rest of his life, is what I'm saying. So the whole thing of, you know, when Charles disappears, will Camilla have nowhere to go? Maybe not. If Spirit is pointing to the right thing, and this is the same thing that Zara was hearing through Catherine, there might be very much so a seat for Camilla if Prince or King Charles transitions on to meet his maker. So that's just what I'm getting, okay, on that situation. Okay, so the next question I'm going to see is, what does Zara think of Rose? Is this the right one? Okay. I don't think this is the right one. Okay, let's see if we get some cards. What does Zara think of Rose Hanbury? What does Zara think of Rose Hanbury? What does she think? What does she think of Rose Hanbury? What does she think of this woman, Spirit? What does Zara Tindall think of Rose Hanbury? They all associate in the same circles. There we go. Wow. Very interesting of a card there. Okay. What is the energy here? Okay. So I can pick up another set of cards. Ugh. Just make sure they're not twisted any kind of funny way. Okay. Any more cards for how she thinks of her, this woman in general? What else? What does she see about this woman? Any more cards, Spirit? One last card for this energy of Rose Hanbury. Oh, a lot of cards came out. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So she has some stuff to say. So I'm going to go through some of the cards. Okay. Put those over here. So basically she says, orphan. Doesn't care if people like them. Thriver. Fierce protector of the vulnerable. Security. Realistic. Passionate. Avoids conflict. Justice. The words I think that apply is not necessarily like a fierce protector and vulnerable. She's not like some kind of freedom fighter or a politician. So what I think it is referencing more so is the security aspect of her. She could be more on the realistic side. And she doesn't care if people like her, which we can obviously see because they've already started somewhat of a Rose Hanbury hate club, and she doesn't care. She really doesn't care. She's still going to show her face, and she's still going to show up to these events. So you see right there, doesn't care. So Zara thinks this woman doesn't care. No shame in the game. I got the high chair tyrant. High energy, enthusiastic, a risk taker, which we can see. You got to take risk to somewhat be doing what you're doing right now. We don't know where Catherine is. You know, there's a lot of people who are very much so concerned, and yet you're still willing to be out here, show your face, and not have a care in the world. Helpless but powerful is what Spirit is giving. And I got joyful, sense of wonder, playfulness, and uplifting. But the words I think that apply right now is the high energy, the risk taker, helpless, but powerful. Now, there's another card that came out that kind of defines that, but we'll get to it in a second. I got the crime fighter. I don't know if I showed you guys that. I got the crime fighter. Control freak. Wow. Twisted sense of humor, overwork, chaotic lifestyle. Back to what I was talking about, that 50 Shades of Grey and all that, the weird stuff they probably into. Chaotic lifestyle, isolation, suspicious, catastrophic thinking, and lonely. So this woman probably lives a very lonely life. We are hearing about her husband that she's married to being off in a different country with his lover. So I can see where the lonely fits in the isolation, the control freak. I told you guys just a while ago, the man is into some 50 Shades of Grey. So only a woman who is a control freak might actually be his type. And to be quite honest with you, I know we're going to kind of veer off topic here, but is this not what Charles has on his hand with Camilla? Is Camilla not the dominating force? So maybe Catherine wasn't exciting to him because Catherine was that wife that was somewhat going along with the flow. Maybe he has a thing for women that act like a witch. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Some people like the witch factor. Okay. Okay, the guru in the shadow. Predator as a channel of the divine, more than likely Rose is into the rituals and the works, honey. But if she comes from that kind of family, like they say that she does come from, of course she lights a few candles and she does a few rituals, probably on the dark side. Spirit says she's a predator of the channel of the divine. Fake. She abuses her power. I can see that right now. Temptation of the ego. Cannot deal with other people's projection. I got the Black Widow. Deceptive, dependent. I don't know if I show you all that. I got the Black Widow. Deceptive, dependent, untrustworthy. Material and status through lies. Y'all. Envious. Maybe of Catherine. Enjoy pleasures without effort and draining. This is what Zara thinks of this woman. I got lobbyist. Relies on others to follow through. You don't say. Liar. Uses excessive compliments to persuade. I can see that because when Rose was heading up that way, honey, she was friends with Catherine first. So using excessive compliments to persuade is probably something that she very much so does. Work for others. I'm going to get into that in a second. Uses money to manipulate. She does come from that kind of family. She does have that money. This is probably why she keeps coming up as William, somewhat of a twin flame. They probably mirror each other very well. If they're not actual twin flames, they have the twin flame energy. I got the mad scientist. Dangerous pursuit in trying to play God. Listen, what did I tell y'all in the reading with Harry and his brother? I said, William doesn't believe in a God. He actually likes to play a God. And look what we have here in this card. Dangerous pursuit in trying to play God. This is William's second half. Insane, delusional, warped intelligence, disguised identity, which she did do with Catherine because she pretended to be her friend. Doesn't value life and she is corrupt. This is all how Zara looks at this woman. This is all the stuff Catherine was telling Zara, quiet, quiet, on a hush. You see, Zara's cards look very different than everyone else's cards, which makes me feel like Catherine was talking to Zara about life. The creator. Ideas without execution. Ego-driven and a copycat. I can see the copycat energy. Mediocre vision. Vain. Perfectionist. Unoriginal. Melodramatic. Willing to sacrifice self for their art. Let me read that again. Willing to sacrifice self for their art. Ego-driven. Now, this is how people are already assuming this woman is, and this is the cards Zara is giving based on personality. I'd have to say a lot of them do fit. From the control freak energy that I was picking up, which is what William is kind of into. I don't know, girl. I don't know. Now, I got hypnotic. Under the influence, can't think for themselves, which makes me feel, to be quite honest with you all, when I'm getting this card, what it's representing to me is Rose is not putting herself up to get William on her own. There's someone behind Rose that might want Rose with William. And it's not on Camilla's end, it's not his family, it's someone on her end of the family. Because now I'm getting the card of hypnotic. Under the influence, can't think for themselves. So there's a possibility there's someone in the back kind of pushing Rose this way as well. So this is not something that is just up to her. There's someone behind her. I don't know if it's a father, a mother, an aunt, an uncle, but there is someone in her back going, this would be good. This could probably work. This is now starting to come off as a business arrangement. They might like each other, maybe. Zara said she's a fake friend, a pretender, jealous, insecure, wishes to see you fail, a frenemy. This is exactly who she was to Catherine, a fake friend. She came around and pretended to be that woman's friend, only for her to somewhat work her way and investigate, as we've seen in past readings, and get her hooks into this man or into the family in some way. Now that I'm getting the hypnotic, I know it's not just her that wants this, but there's someone on her end that wants this union to possibly work as well. There's some business benefit for the two families. I got block finances. Inability to see the bigger picture, lack mindset, and stingy. So I don't know exactly what this means in Zara's energy, but it could mean just her ability not to see bigger in general and a lack mindset. So it could mean several things. It doesn't necessarily have to be about direct finances because I don't really know too much about Rose's finances. But the stingy could apply to her selfish behavior, blocking finances in terms of she sees this union as financially beneficial somehow, or the families do. So she's willing to ruin Catherine's household to make sure her finances are where it needs to be. And basically that is what Spirit could be saying in terms of the stingy. Growth mindset. Unlimited abilities, changeable and adaptable, which is what she's been giving. She's been able to get into these circles, these crowds. She's been moving around. The woman can adapt. She is changeable. And she is showing the world, technically, she does have unlimited abilities. So even though she might not be a fan favorite, this woman might be very much so like a snake. She might give off that snake energy. So it's a bad thing, but it's definitely one of those things where she gets into a room and you might not see her coming. Oh, something fell on my floor. Excuse me. I got the closeted card for her. Skeletons in the closet, secret and lies, which we've been talking about on this channel. This closet freak stuff that's going on between Rose and William. She's keeping these secrets. She's keeping the secret for her husband currently. So how many more secrets is she keeping for some of these men in this world, right? So she's keeping secrets, honey, is what Spirit is saying when it comes to her. And the set it off, offended, strong, victimization. What I see this is what Rose has been giving us in the media. She doesn't take ownership for this affair or the possibility that she's in one. She's been doing, oh, I can't believe people are saying this to me. So she does give off the victimization stuff. She's not standing in it. She's somewhat denying it and kind of playing the victim role as if people are just saying horrible things about her. So a lot of the cards apply. The closeted, skeletons in the closet, secret and lies. Zara saying this about Rose. I got the control freak. Now I already told y'all what I think it has to do with. The woman works her craft and her magic. I've been getting a lot of people in their crafts lately, honey. I don't know what's going on. The Black Widow. Deceptive, untrustworthy, material through status and lies. Relies on others to follow through, uses money to manipulate. Liar. Compliments people, nice in their face to get to where she needs to go, which is use of excessive compliments to persuade. So she does that. She says nice things to you. She gives you compliments only because really she's just a fake friend. She has motives. And she doesn't really believe in a God from what Spirit is saying. And this is why she's able to be a predator of the divine. She does dark stuff, this woman. Dangerous pursuit in trying to play God. First line. And the second line that applies here is the predator as a channel of the divine. So she's definitely not into anything too Christian, Catholic, nothing godly. She's not a Muslim, nothing of that nature. Spirit's letting me know the woman's dark. Her family and them practice dark craft. That's it. Don't know who them are, but I'm sure it's something she grew up learning, and she's basically, what Spirit is letting me know, is kind of somewhat like a witch. So yeah, that's what we got for Rose, and that's what Zara's telling me through her energy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to see if I can find out a little bit of Zara's energy and see if when she last talked to Catherine, and what does she know. See if I can get any dates. I'm going to pull like maybe 6 cards or so and see if there's any clues on the cards about what they talked about, when they last talked, if they even talked at all. Because of course Catherine's going missing. I'm curious to know when it was that Zara Tindall even talked to this woman, Princess Catherine. Okay. Cards are falling out. Any more cards here, Spirit? Did Zara talk to Princess Catherine? I got 2 cards, and I can see where you're going with it, but did they talk? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys are gonna be like, what the heck? Hold on, guys. I'm getting the date. I'm getting everything in these 4 cards. Okay. 2 more cards, Spirit. Thank you very much. 2 cards came out. Oh, jeez. Okay. You know I hate giving the sad news, the bad news, and all that stuff. What I'm getting is when I get the King of Swords in almost every reading when I pull out this tarot deck, this always represents William. 100% this represents William. I got the King of Sword, the astute, the authority, the power, the high standards, mental clarity, moral, upright, justice, honest, and truth. But this is not really what he represents. But the astute man and the authority and the power is what applies to him when I get the King of Swords usually for him. That and the Emperor is usually the two cards I get for William for some reason. Now, when I get this card and I ask Spirit, I got yes. So this was the first that came up. The yes, the maybe and the no and the yes. But how I determine whether someone has even talked to someone is how many yes I get on my cards out of a 6. So basically what I'm counting here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of 6 cards, I have 4 yeses. So what Spirit is letting me know is that Zara has spoken to Catherine. Now, how I check the dates doing this is I check the date that more than likely fit into the last of her disappearance, the closest date to the disappearance. So of course I'll have random dates on every card, but right now we're kind of given a base of December 28th. So the closest date I have that came up on the cards is the reverse of the Two of Pentacles. So what Spirit is letting me know is Zara spoke to Catherine around December 22nd to December 30th. That's the last time within that time frame. So it could have been right before the 28th or right after, but people are saying Catherine disappeared on the 28th. So this card, out of all the cards in my tarot deck, this is the one that has this date that's the closest out of the 6. Now I could pull another 6 cards and none of these cards will pop up with a December date. Just to show you how many dates are in the deck. So I got yes. Out of 6, I got 4 yeses. Out of all the dates, I got literally the week of her disappearance. Now here is for the bad stuff that I'm picking up on the energy. So I got the Prince William, like I said. I got the Hierophant in reverse, the secrets. Now this is the card that nobody wants to see. I got the Death. So right now, it's almost like Zara's energy is giving off. William is keeping this woman's death a secret. That's basically how I'm reading this. I got the imbalance and the disorganization that's happening around this. With this death situation, it's almost like Zara's giving off the energy of the royal family did not plan this. So I know some people might think it's a ritual or something like that, but energy-wise, it might not be a ritual because it's very messy. They didn't plan this out well. Usually when sometimes, not saying it's not a ritual because I haven't done the reading, but I'm just saying in general from past situations that we see with Hollywood, they usually plan these rituals very well. You know, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, wouldn't they have taken photos of Catherine and kind of saved these photos? Because she's somewhat of like the puppet. They control the situation. They can literally give her a photo shoot for like 3 weeks and say, we're going to take a ton of photos of you and not even tell her what they're for. And then do the ritual and then use this to cover on throughout the year or get video footage of her. You know, I just don't feel like they planned this. I feel like this came out of nowhere. And this is why it's so imbalanced. And this is why the world is kind of sitting back and watching like what the heck is going on. And they can't really cover their tracks. If it makes sense. It's almost like I get the energy that this was not supposed to happen the way it happened. That was not the intent behind it. But I could be wrong. Didn't do a reading on it. I'm also getting the 5 of Cups, and anyone knows about the 5 of Cups, there's sorrow. Sorrow is coming up with the death and the grief. the loss and the sorrow. And remember, I'm getting the death card. This is coming out of Zara's energy. I'm also getting the King of Pentacles in the reverse. It's showing me instability, failing, something not going well, even financially, which could be some of the legal stuff that I might be hearing about. Well, not hearing about, but pulling in my deck. I don't know if it has to do with any money. We all know about the Thomas Kingston situation. I don't know if that money missing has to be linked to the royal family. I don't know. But energy-wise, she's giving a bit of imbalance based on finance. We got the King of Pentacles in the reverse here. Something has happened with money. Money is kind of funny. Currently, something is not right with their money, is what I'm getting. Now, they're wealthy, so the funny money stuff might not be something that will break them, but Spirit is giving off that something has happened with money. So, I'll say this. This card could mean literal death because sorrow's coming up, or it could mean change. But I didn't expect the pull to be this clean in terms of me getting a date like this, because I have other dates, but this is the actual week of her disappearance. The 22nd between the 30th. That is a likelihood of when they last talked to each other, around that time in between those dates. Zara may have called her to see how the kids were doing, to wish to Merry Christmas. Zara and her seem to chat it up. And this is what Spirit is giving me in terms of like the last date. And this is a date that I picked out of 3 dates. The other date is on the card here. That's October, November the 1st. And the other one would have been August. So these dates are a little further up aside from the November, which is close. But this is the actual date that somewhat Catherine kind of went missing around that time. So this is why I have to believe that this is the last time she spoke to her. And this is the date I'm getting out of many dates in my deck. I do have the death card, like I already mentioned to you all. The grieving card, the sorrow, the loss, and the death somewhat. And the man responsible. So I'm going to do one last shuffle just to see if any of the emotions come up in terms of how Zara feels right now. She was a friend of Catherine from what they're saying. So I just want to see if the emotions go, or, you know, how she feels about losing her friend somewhat. But this is crazy, honestly. I was not expecting all those cards to come from my pull like that in her energy. I don't really pull the death card, as you all see on my channel. But it's getting scarier as the days go by. And now I'm starting to pull death cards because I really wasn't pulling any of that in the beginning. I think this is the second time I pull some form of death. One now in the tarot and one in the oracle. Okay. All right, Spirit. Give me... Let me make sure here. Just a second, guys. And then we'll wrap it up. Just wanted to get into Zara's energy. All right, Zara Tindall, Princess Anne's daughter. What are her emotions right now towards Catherine and Catherine's situation? Seems like she last spoke to Catherine in December between the, what was that date? I want to make sure I get it right before I say it in this mix. I'm going to put that date actually up there. Just a second, you all. All right. I'm just going to put those cards there. Just 1 minute, just for me to connect with my shuffle here. All right, Spirit, I'm getting a death card. some form of change. Last date closest to the dates of Catherine being known was December 26 to 30. What are the feelings Zara has after this particular date and time of talking to Catherine? What does she feel? Does she have sadness? What is she certain Catherine's okay? What is the exact energy on this, Spirit? All right. So the cards that I'm getting is peace, balance, and harmony. This is what Zara is searching for. And as you can see on the bottom, she's giving me the card that represents her friendship with Catherine. So she's giving me the friendship card. She's saying, you know, we have peace, balance, and harmony. This is how me and Catherine were. We were good. We talked to each other. We had a friendship. Catherine brought about peace for me. Our friendship brought about peace for each other. We had harmony. She's saying a bit that since whatever has occurred, she's had a bit of an obsession. And it's not in a form of relationship, but infatuation or an adoration or an addiction. In a way, she's saying that I've tried to reach out. I've had a bit of an obsession with trying to reach out to find out things about what's going on. So this is what I'm getting, the obsession. And then she was saying, you know, for a while, because I had this obsession with what was going on with my friend, I started chasing, I started pursuing. I was resilient. I was in pursuit. I wanted to know what was going on. And all I got from perhaps William's side was a bunch of rejection. I was dismissed. The irrational fear. I was told that I was worried about nothing. So I don't know if she knows what has happened now, because I'm getting the energy off of basically the December to the December. So maybe earlier when this stuff had happened, this is the energy she's giving of, I was looking for my friend. I had a bit of an addiction. I was obsessed with knowing what the heck happened. I was in pursuit. I was chasing this down. I want to know what's going on. What's going on? And all I got was rejection. I was dismissed. But now she's arrived at the death card. So it's either she knows for certain something has really happened to Catherine, or she's more so aware that there is a change with Catherine. But I'm getting the death card coming out of her energy. And these 4 cards can represent the beginning of when this started. Way back in December, around that time, maybe she got, you know, like everyone heard about Catherine being sick. She probably picked up the phone and called and was reaching out to Catherine just to see how Catherine was doing. And she realized, like, you know, my friendship with Catherine is never unbalanced. We're balanced. We got peace with each other. So this woman not reaching out to me, it's a little weird. Now I got an obsession. I'm going to keep calling because I need to hear Catherine. I'm going to keep chasing because I need to hear my girl. I need to know where she's at. You guys are saying she's sick. What's up? Where's Catherine? But all I got at the time was just rejection. So that's what's coming out of her energy. Now, that might not be the energy of right now. She might now have an idea of what really has happened to Catherine. I'm getting death cards and sorrow and a bunch of stuff coming out of her energy now, out of the tarot deck, right? So this was something she gave in terms of sorrow and loss when I pulled out the tarot deck. She was giving me the secrets that were being held. And she was identifying who did it. The man in authority, someone with power. Or someone that has something to do with something. William. So this is what I got for Zara's read. It seems like Zara was very concerned about Catherine in the beginning. It seems like the last time of connection based on the latest date I pulled in the deck, out of the deck, was the December, which is literally the same week. Now, just to show you all what I mean in terms of I can pull several cards and not get anything close to the exact date, I'll just demonstrate to you all what that could look like. Now, in this thing, I got a December to a December 21st, right? This was close. I also got a November 22nd to a December 2nd. Hold on. Did I just mix you guys up? Did I mix myself up, honey? Hold on. I think I'm just mixing myself up. 1 second, guys. Okay. Just making sure I have the right cards here. Just so when I explain, it makes all the sense in the world. Okay. Just to show you what I mean. This has no date. This has a date. So these are 2 different dates. This is July. We got November 13th on here. This is closer to a December date. And then we got a date like this. So these are cards that are in December. But this is the actual card we pulled. That is pretty much dead on to the date around when she went missing. So this is why this reading is really hitting me as something that is scary at this point. Death cards and 4 yeses out of 6 that they had talked or spoken. I got the date of the week she disappeared. I got the death and the 5 of Cups coming up. And I'm getting all the energy of what she did when she first knew something was wrong. I got the chasing, I got the obsession, and the fact she was rejected. Friendship. The obsession with chasing someone. Trying to chase your friend, trying to figure out what happened. If your friend went missing, you'd call too. And the rejection that she was getting when she was trying to figure out what was going on with Catherine. Now she more than likely knows, because now I'm pulling death cards in her energy. Hopefully it's divorce and change, because we're all still hoping for the best. But I'm getting the sorrow and the grief. So I don't really know if this is just her perspective and what she thinks has happened to Catherine and she doesn't really know. But I'm getting definitely a death card coming from her energy about her friend. So if you like my reading, I know this is probably not a reading that you're going to like. It's pretty sad. Catherine's missing right now. But if you feel like you got something from this reading, if you feel like this date connected with you out of all those cards I pulled, the exact date that came out with the grief and the death card, let me know what you think. Until next time, you all, please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy my readings. I'm a slow cooker here. I don't speed through readings. But if you do like it and you enjoy my content, please subscribe. We will do more royal readings. And until next time, bye-bye.